If none of the trauma of the accusation and the imprisonment ever happened, I still would be traumatized from having come home to discover my house had been broken into and my roommate had been murdered. And that somehow, just by a twist of fate, I was lucky enough to meet a boy 5 days earlier and slept over at his house instead of being raped and murdered too.
So people forget you could have been the victim.
Absolutely. I showed up in the courtroom fully expecting to be freed and allowed to go home, acquitted, because it was a preposterous story to begin with, this death orgy between two young women, like insane. But I was convicted, and I realized that the truth didn't matter, that it was really a narrative that had taken over. This idea that was really packaged by the prosecution and sold by the media was women on women violence. This idea that women all secretly hate each other, are in sexual competition for each other. Both Meredith and I were distorted into these dichotomies of like the free-spirited whore and the judgmental virgin. And that's not who either of us were. But it captured the world's imagination. It was pornographic in nature, and it ultimately made it impossible for anyone to really recognize the truth of what had happened to my roommate.
How much did you know about the characterization of you that was being portrayed in media?
I was on a flight back to the United States from Italy, and every single news station was my face and my name. I was entering into a new kind of prison, which was the prison of public opinion, of judgment, of being followed around and literally stalked by paparazzi. I was not just an anonymous college student. I was now the girl accused of murder. And even if I had proven my innocence from this day forward, every single day, I would have to prove my innocence over and over and over again. And it was only once I was able to return home and plant down roots and make decisions to confront the trauma that I had just experienced that my story truly began. The circumstances that I was in were very extreme. And not everyone gets accused of murder and then put in jail for something they didn't do, right? But ultimately, I do think that all of us at a certain point in our life realize, oh my God, this is it. This is it. And can I be okay? And can I be not just defined by this terrible experience, but informed by it? This moment is all we have. And there are things in my life that I grieved in prison because I thought I wouldn't get to have them, like a family and children. And today I do have those things. So I think that on the one hand, there is that ongoing, lingering trauma, but it also informs my sense of just gratitude to be alive.